All right, number 45, YouTube Live Yoga Routine. I have 365 that I'm doing total. Whatever the math is on that. So, how many I have left. So let's think, 65, 55, 45, 55, 25, 5. So I have 320 left, right? It's not bad. Open this door up a little bit more. Move the mouse cursor out of the way. Okay. So today we're going to do the sun salutations, the 12 sun salutations still. And this will be the third time in a row that we're doing the sun salutations. And for the sun salutations, just remember to focus on the breathing the entire time. And essentially what you're doing is learning how to move in a meditative state on the mat. And when you go out in the real world, taking it off the mat, you're moving throughout your day in a meditative state. So that is what you're learning on the yoga mat with the sun salutations or any yoga routine, essentially. So focus on the breathing, settle into each pose, wherever you are, just settle into each pose, accept where you are in that pose, and then just focus on the breathing. And that's another thing that we're learning is the mindset of acceptance. And essentially, you're accepting yourself. And you're taking this mindset out into the real world as well. And you're accepting yourself and others and how the world is moving. And you're not judging yourself against other things. So you're letting go of the mindset of non-acceptance, of judgment, and you're just learning how to be in the present moment. And when you learn that on the yoga mat, that's where you practice it. And you go out in the real world, and that's where you continue to practice it, but that's where you're performing it. And then you come back and you're like, hey, I regroup. So every time you do yoga, you're regrouping, learning that mindset of acceptance and how to move through the day in a meditative state. So we're going to begin the mountain pose. We're going to go into the 12 sun salutations. I'll explain what to do in each pose during the first 2 sun salutations, and then I'll back off from the instruction and just flow into the sun salutations, and then we'll end with the mountain pose. So let's go ahead and begin. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches one at a time to the floor. Knees are slightly bent. Hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or shoulders or neck. In the mountain pose, you're just becoming one with the earth, just like a mountain. Just focus on the breathing. And during the sun salutation, you're just going to listen to the body, go to the spot in each pose where you feel like you shouldn't go any further, settle in that spot, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. If you're focused on the breathing, and your mind and body is one, then you're doing yoga. Palms together, thumbs go to the heart center. I'm just doing the prayer. And when I go up, my hands will disappear, but I'm just doing the prayer. I go out a little bit because that matches my body. And if you want to just do that, that's what you do. Just match your body. Just focus on the breathing. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. It's the first bend. Just listen to the body. Then exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. Palms go to the calves. Elbows into the sides of the legs. Forehead is going towards the knees. Just focus on the breathing. palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, the top of the foot to the floor and the back, knees to the floor, hips are square and are pushing forward diagonally. Maybe the palms are to the floor, or maybe your fingertips, maybe you're just like this. So just do what you can, settle in the pose, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Now with the back foot, you're going to curl the toes under, knee goes up into a high lunge. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. You just settle here, then move into downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones going to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. And you're finding that spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. You can slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, you slide up. And then with the upper dog, tops of the feet are to the floor, of course the palms are to the floor, the head is dropping back maybe, or maybe you're doing the small cobra. If you need to modify it, you do the small cobra, you're pulling up, so you're using the back muscles, which are pull muscles. You're pulling up, you're not pushing. The palms may be to the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up for the small cobra. And back to downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. Head is dangling. And just focus on the breathing. Now, left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, they're pushing forward diagonally. Your back is arched or maybe straight. Maybe you're to your fingertips, to your palms, or you're like this. You're going to modify it how you have to. And if the knee is going over the toe or going over the toe too much, you need to lengthen up. If you can, settle in the pose, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here. We're just using it as a transition before we go into the next pose. And then standing forward bend. With standing forward bend, you're pulling yourself in and down, but you're still letting yourself breathe. In this pose, when you inhale, the belly swells with air. So you let yourself be pushed out slightly. Then when you exhale, the belly goes in. And you let yourself go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement, but you're aware of it. You're focused on the breathing, but you're aware of the movement. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. Palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Forehead's going towards the knees. Pull yourself in and down and focus on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. Remember the low lunge. Top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square and they're pushing forward diagonally. Make sure your length is where the knee's not going over the toe. Maybe you're to your fingertips. For me, right now, I'm kind of to my fingertips. But eventually, I'll get down to my palms. I mean, I can push myself if I wanted to, but that's not where I'm at. I'm at that spot right before I should go. And right before I should go down, that's too much for me right now. So I'm accepting it. And just focus on the breathing. With the back foot, curl toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, then downward dog. Pushing into it. Remember, the arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones going to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck, but you're still pushing. And you're just focused on the breathing. Now you're going to slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Or modify it how you have to. If you need to do a small cobra, maybe you're just doing hands and knees. It doesn't matter. As long as your mind and body's connecting and you're accepting where you are, if your mind and body's connecting, you're doing yoga. That is yoga, oneness. Acceptance is what we're learning. Downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight, pushing, settle in the pose, and then focus on the breathing. Right foot is up between the hands. Low lunge. With the low lunge, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. And then make sure the knee's not going over the toe too much. Maybe you to your palms, your fingertips. See, on this side, I can go down to my palms. Other side, I can't. And that's because I have an issue with my back. I'm trying to get better, make better, heal it eventually. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. Then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Come together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. 10 more. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge forward, standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. And just focus on the breathing. The focusing on the breathing is the link that allows the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. No matter how the pose looks, so left leg's back into a low lunge. No matter how the pose looks or how you think the pose should look, if you're settled in it, you're focusing on your breathing, your mind and body is your mind and body is one, then you're doing yoga. Not trying to be somewhere, letting go of the mindset of control. Back foot, high lunge. Curl the toes under with the back foot. Go to the high lunge. Then downward dog. Pushing into it. Remember, you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. You settle in that spot, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. You can slide into the upper dog or modify it how you have to. Just focus on the breathing. Back to downward dog. Left foot is up between hands. Low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Make sure you're lengthened. And you just focus on the breathing. And with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here. Then move into standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Make sure the forehead is going towards the knees. Come together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward for the lower back, pull yourself in and down, standing forward bend. Then right leg's back, low lunge. On the spot, right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. It's a comfortable spot. It's not too comfortable, but it's comfortable. Where you're not focused on any pain or anything like that, or any too much effort, or you're not focused on too much effort. So with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, then downward dog, pushing into it. Slide into the upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Back to downward dog. Right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Find that spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Again, it's a comfortable spot, not too comfortable where it's too easy, but it's a spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. You're not straining, just settling and then accepting, and then focusing on the breathing. Back foot, curl the toes under, high lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, exhale. Inhale, 8 more. Exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Start on the low lunge, accept where you are, and then focus on the breathing. Now high lunge, then downward dog. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Downward dog. Right foot, left foot is up, low lunge. Just accept where you are in each pose. Just focus on the breathing. And even accept how you're moving into the next pose. It's fine. Just accept it. You're learning acceptance, not judgment. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Right leg is back, little lunge. So now I'm down to the palms. At first I was here on the first sun salutation. And I'm just staying here. I'm at that spot in the first sun salutation. And I go down further and further throughout the body's warming up, loosening it up. High lunge, then downward dog. And that's the key to yoga. Yoga is where you're focusing on the breathing and all the benefits of it. Flexibility, coordination, all that just happens. You just focus on the breathing, go on the poses the best you can, and all the other stuff follows. Upward dog, modify it how you have to. Letting go of the mindset of control, letting go of the mindset of trying to be somewhere, just accepting where you are in the present moment, making decisions in the present moment. And all that stuff adds up, and all the benefits come, and they just happen. Downward dog. Right foot is up, low lunge. And high lunge. And standing forward bend. All together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. 6 more. Inhale, halfway done. Exhale, pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Remember, in this pose, you're letting yourself breathe. You inhale, the belly swells with air. You exhale, the belly goes in. Be aware of that subtle movement. But focus on the breathing. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Remember, low lunge, have the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward. Back is arched or maybe straight. Palms to the floor, or maybe you're still here. Doesn't matter, as long as your mind and body is connecting. High lunge, then downward dog. Downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, no tension in the neck. And you're pushing to that spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Maybe you're in a small cobra or just to your hands and knees. Doesn't matter, as long as your mind and body is connecting, you're doing yoga. Learning acceptance. Essentially accepting yourself. Very important mindset to gain. Downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight. Pushing into it. Left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arched, or maybe straight. Palms are to the floor. Maybe you're still to your fingertips. Or maybe you're up. Maybe you're even leaning to the side. Whatever is matching your body, connect your mind and body with the breathing, accept where you are. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Palms together, reach out. Up and back, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Palms to the side of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. Remember, low lunge, up the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, pushing the hips diagonally. They're square. To your palms, your fingertips. Settle in it. Focus on the breathing. Back foot, curl toes under, high lunge, then downward dog. Pushing into it, arms straight, legs are straight. Tailbone's going to the ceiling, so think of the tailbone going to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. Pushing into it. Then slide into the upper dog. Modify it how you have to. Back downward dog. Right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. With a low lunge, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Got to link my breathing back up as I'm talking. High lunge, standing forward bend. When you start talking and you're moving, especially in yoga, you're constricting your breathing. So it's difficult to link up your breathing. Inhale, exhale. Now 4 more. We're going to move into them a little bit faster. That's the way to say it. Focus on the breathing, standing forward bend. We give less instruction now. Left leg is back. No lunge. Focus on the breathing. High lunge, then downward dog. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Back to downward dog. Left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Focusing on the breathing. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Arms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Right leg is back, low lunge. Focus on the breathing. High lunge, then downward dog. Upward dog, and modify it how you have to. Downward dog. Right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. High lunge, standing forward bend. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale, 2 more. So now push into them a little bit more. Exhale, standing forward bend. But you're still just going to a spot right before you feel like you should go any further, or you shouldn't go any further. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Just focus on the breathing, accepting where you are, high lunge, downward dog, and just let the mind and body become one. Again, it's becoming a form of a moving meditation. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Downward dog. Left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, pull yourself in and down, standing forward bend. Right leg's back, low lunge. High lunge, then downward dog. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Back to downward dog. Right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. Then back to mountain pose. Remember, with the mountain pose, toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Place each toe down one at a time. Space them out. Knees are starting to bend. Hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or shoulders. And then just focus on the breathing. Now here, you're just watching yourself breathe. You're not controlling the breathing. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just watching it. Don't control it. Let go of the mindset of control. This is all you're doing is watching it. Seems simple, but for me, it's not that simple. I start controlling my breathing. I let go of control and just watch my breathing. So to do this, you focus on the belly. As you inhale, the belly swells with air, and then you exhale, the belly goes in. So just watching it, but you're focused on that, watching yourself breathe. Or bring your your focus to the tip of your nose and just watch the air go in and out. Palms together. And that's it. That's 12 sun salutations. Man, I need to get when I talk and when I teach and do them, my breathing is not linked. So when I shorten my breath and straighten my breathing. That's the only thing about teaching is the breathing part. It's a little off sometimes. So other than that, great session. I shouldn't have clapped, could have messed up my whole video. That's what I was doing in the beginning with the Bluetooth. I'm going. Yoga number 2. That sound must have hit the Bluetooth and just messed up the whole video. So I don't think you can go backwards. Hit here, it messes up the last 30 minutes. I don't think it works that way. Anyways, or it could have been a coincidence. Every time I clapped, the audio messed up. I doubt it. Could be though. You never know. So I'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Arizona time. We won't do the sun salutations tomorrow. We're going to do another one, another routine that I came up with, and we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm trying to, like I've explained before, I'm trying to condense our HOUR routines within 30 minutes. Trying to find out what pose should go where. And for me, on my side as an instructor, it's difficult. Not difficult, but it's trial and error, thinking, maybe even researching some poses to make sure they're connecting and should be in the routine. So anyways, namaste, peace and love. See you tomorrow.